Hey everybody, this is going to be a playthrough of the C.P7.4 mission from the Georgian Oil War campaign for the Su-25T. Looking at the mission briefing, we've got an afternoon mission in the winter. There's kind of a medium-high cloud layer, but it's actually going to be a big problem because the target area is up at elevation, so the clouds are actually really low relative to the target area. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Looking at the Allied flights, there are none. Looking at the threats, we've got Stinger, Manpad, IR guided SAMs, Cu-23 AAA emplacements, and Gepard AAA, although there's no Gepard AAA anywhere near the target area, so you really don't need to worry about that. Looking at the mission planner, the objective of this mission is to fly out to this little village out of the mountains and kill two groups here. We got the first group is 7 trucks, trucks and vans and things like that. So we got these little Jeeps, we got these kinds of trucks as well, or those are infantry. We got, yeah, these ones here. So we got trucks and vans to kill, 7 of those kind of in this little arc, as well as 6 infantry units. Probably those are going to die when you kill the trucks that they're sitting right next to, but if you have run out of trucks to kill and you haven't got mission complete, you probably want to be looking for infantry units still standing. Other stuff to be aware of, there's nothing else marked on the map, but there are 3 random spawn man pads in here. So you could get, 1 or 2 of those, or 0, or even all 3. It's kind of it's a 50% chance on each of them, so you never know what you're going to get. The first one is kind of over in the east in this clearing over here. Second man pad is kind of just to the east of the northern infantry units, where the mouse is now. And then the last one is over on the west on this side over here. On top of those, there's a bunch of random spawn AAA, ZU-23 AAA emplacements kind of ring the outer edge of the village all the way around. So given that you have to come in, the clouds are so low that it may be hard to spot the village without hitting the hillside. So you're probably going to be playing with the clouds as they move around and trying to find a hole in the clouds to attack the village through. Once you've spotted the village and a hole in the clouds, try to find any other landmarks on the hillsides. There's nothing I can point you to given that the clouds move around. But I may call some stuff out as I see it in the playthrough. There's a couple other problems with this mission. The first is the clouds, in that this mission I think was designed when the clouds were static, so there probably was a nice hole that you could see the village through the entire mission. Now that the clouds move around, you'll have to be kind of hunting around, finding a hole, and that hole may not be there the next time you come back around. So you constantly be changing your angles and looking for a new hole, dealing with the obstruction. So it's a little bit more realistic that way. The other issues are you have the ELINT pod and the ECM pods, which add quite a lot of weight to your jet, but there's no radar threat that you need to worry about at any point in the mission, so that's just useless weight. You've also got an asymmetric load on the wings from the rockets that are loaded out by default. It's going to produce a pretty significant roll to the right, so the right wing's a lot heavier than the left, so there's a roll and a yaw that you got to deal with there through the whole mission too. If you want to, you may not need the rockets. You could probably do the whole thing with the Vickers. So if you want to just get rid of that, you can just jettison all the rockets and the bombs right off the bat. Not the bombs because you'd hit the Vickers, but jettison the rockets right off the bat. That'll get rid of that asymmetric load right away. I keep them through the playthrough just to show you it can be done. So the overall plan, we're going to take off out of Kobuleti, basically follow the route. As you transition from waypoint 2 to 3, you may not want to fly directly at waypoint 3 because that'll take you right over the target area when you won't be able to see it and you may get hit by those man pads or the AAA. So either pick, north or south of the target area, but fly offset from the route to try to spot that target area before you get killed. Once you've spotted it, you can either hold your wingman back and take a few shots and see what shoots at you and try to kill any anti-air threat, or you can just send your wingman in right away. In this case, you can just tell him to attack everything since you're close enough to the target area. There's nothing else. I don't think there's anything else he's going to go fly after. So he'll be focused on the target area, but there's a pretty good chance he's going to get killed quickly. You have plenty of munitions to deal with everything yourself once you can see it. It'd be nice if the wingman could clean some of that up for you, but if not, no big deal. If you do want to hold him back for a while and kill as much as you can, and perhaps drain the man pads of their missiles, that might not be a bad idea. And then just call your wingman in once you've attacked everything you can see. He may come in and be able to find anything that you're not seeing and kill it for you. That's one potential strategy. Essentially, you're gonna have to stay fairly low to attack as you find holes in the clouds. You may be able to get up high and see a hole that way too, but since the clouds are moving around, it's going to be tricky all the way through. So just be patient. Don't get too close and fly directly over the target area early in the mission at least. kill trucks as you can see them, and then watch for whether the infantry next to the trucks get killed. You should be able to see those on the Shkval. If you get close enough, you'll see the little infantry guys standing next to the trucks, and then you'll be able to tell if they're lying down on the ground, if they're still standing up. That'll be your cue. If they're lying down, they're dead. So essentially, just find attack vectors that give you holes in the clouds. They'll be moving all around as the mission progresses. Kill everything. Once you've killed all of these 2 groups, then you'll get the mission complete text. You can head home. If at any point you do see those man pads, it'll be a real good idea to take a shot at those. So if you can get your bearings and check those 3 areas for those man pads, that'd be a good thing if you can kill those. Otherwise, just keep your distance. Don't worry about them. Because you are in the mountains, there are little crevices and valleys you can dive into to break line of sight from any man pads pretty quickly. If you keep your distance and use those line of sight breaks, then they probably won't be shooting at you much. So you can stay pretty safe. Just don't hit the mountains. Good luck. All right, start the mission. We got some asymmetric load on the wings, causing a pretty significant roll to the right. So try to trim it out, deal with it on the rudder. Those clouds are low enough that they're going to be a problem over the mountains. So we'll get up high and see if we can find an open area where we can attack the target area from. not going to fly directly at the waypoint because I don't want to directly overfly the target area until we can get eyes on it. I'm going to kind of circle around it a little bit. Might even get some man pads to drain their missiles. So it's over here somewhere. Can't see it yet. Be looking to spot it and then maybe find a hole in the clouds we can attack through. This might be it right here, actually. Go ahead and unleash the wingman, just tell him to attack everything. He should stay focused on this area. Alright, throttle back. Yeah, okay, so it's definitely down in there. Saw the man pad launch come up out of there. So just tell him to engage everything. Hopefully he doesn't die and he does some good work for us. Looks like we lost our waypoint, so I'll switch it back to 3. I can't, it's still too close, so try to keep track of it visually. So it's that area back in there. Get some distance, and then we'll try to get an angle in under the clouds and see if we can shoot at stuff. Alright, definitely got some targets there. Go ahead and use launch permission override to get an early shot. Throttle back, dumping out flares. Let me use this little bit of a valley here. think that's the village there. I got ZU-23 up there, not concerned about that. On these trucks. Not going to risk shooting 2 this time, because I think the wingman might be toast. I'll just call him back to me and see if he responds, but I think he might be dead. Oh, he's not dead, but he can't help. got a cloud that's rolled into the way here, but let's see if we can see through it well enough. We got a truck here. It's not been hit yet. Just barely see it. Don't have any other guided missiles we can unload. Get rid of some weight. So just keep using Vickers for now. Go to rockets at the end if we have to. As I turn around, I keep using this little clearing in the woods. That's a pretty good marker that the village is over the hill and behind that. Keep using that as a lineup. Looks like we might have an angle under the clouds. Alright, we got a truck here. There's probably a man pad here. It's not one of the targets, but go ahead and kill it for safety. I might need to look at each of the destroyed trucks and make sure that the infantry around them are also dead. Trying to get enough elevation, trying to get up over these clouds as we come in from this angle. Alright, well, we'll turn around, see what we can see from this angle. If the clouds are an issue, I have to come in from over there. That glare is horrendous. U-23 there. Alright, this angle's bad. Alright, I think that's the target village there. So we'll turn around in a minute here. Go ahead and hit the Su-23 just to make it a little bit safer. There's potentially a bunch of them, but this is the only one I've seen. Oh, that truck's not all the way dead. I'll use some rockets on it. Got some Su-23 fire.
Mission success.
Alright, mission complete. We'll head home. Being a little bit evasive here. Still some Su-23s firing. Go ahead and jettison everything to get rid of this asymmetric load. And autopilot to zero the trim out. Alright, there's Koboleti Airfield. We'll come at it from the other direction. That'll do it.